honestly, all of your like
Hey,
rushing and like
okay.
let's just tell people you're rushing. You got me
Wait,
on
wait.
the
Let me get
basketball
this out
court.
though. I'm trying to.
You're
I have something in my
you're
head.
screaming and yelling. You're fucking forcing me to drive 90 miles an hour. Then I get home and you're yelling at me. I mean, it's one thing after the fucking next. Look, I still got my broken thumb thing on from playing ball. I'm soaking wet.
Huh. Wow. And I'm having a conundrum because I can't decide if Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, or Patrick Mahomes is the MVP so far. And you have all these problems and you feel hurried and you feel rushed. And I sense an insecurity about you.
I was
I don't know,
scoring in
Scott.
droves. I was having a great morning. I was lighting people up. I was winning. And then I get this, it's now or never from the Windy City, Eddie DeBevick's having breakfast. And I'm like, oh, I better hurry. Mickey's got more demands after his fucking quasi double vacations in the San Juan Islands and in the fucking Napa Valley eating grapes and drinking wine. So Mac Jones, he's throwing tons of touchdown passes. That was a huge win the other night. I knew
He's unreal.
that the
He's
eight
playing well.
was too many points. I think he and Daniel Jones have been playing terrific. For my money, better than
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely crazy. And Mac Jones just looks like a different guy. Forget about that 2001, Scott. They anointed him as the next coming of Brady. And we learned, game 1 through 13, he looked okay, my Alabama quarterback. And then he looked like shit. Okay. But now he looks like a different guy, Scott. Like the 4 or 5 years, finally he figured something out. He looks good.
Hey, there's no doubt. I think one of the things that happened is that when he played with the Giants, he was surrounded with losers. And now he's surrounded by better players in Indy.
Yeah, but I'm also talking about Mac Jones, too. I was just saying, Scotty, you may have bounced out there. Mac Jones, same situation where all of a sudden he's got it figured out. So pretty cool. I see you futzing around with stuff. Are you technologically having a problem over there?
It's got me on the wrong camera, which is very frustrating.
No, you look good. You look handsome. Let me look at Scott. You look beautiful, my friend. I love what you're doing with that beard. You really look good.
Look, I know
Great
it's on the wrong
sweatshirt.
camera, and then you tried to get me on the wrong headsets, and I don't even use headsets.
You look beautiful, buddy. You're looking right in the lens. Hey, when do you get your haircut again? Because that's starting to do the little twat thing up top.
Yeah, well,
are you going to get that cut?
That's from playing basketball this morning, and then I took a towel, which I have next to me, and I was soaking wet driving, speeding, and I was trying to dry off so I could do this fucking show. You know what I mean? Like, I'm under all this stress and pressure. I thought it was going to be an easy morning where all I had to do was go on with you and start hitting college games. Last night was an abortion, except for the 8th straight elite hit with the BYU
8 in a row.
over.
8 in a row. Scott, statistically amazing. And we will turn around Profit Play. We will turn around Max. I got a bunch of stuff teed up for you, partner. And if you're cool with it, I'm going to go right into college football, because you know that this is the way you and I roll on Saturdays. And I am definitely looking forward to this. Scott, I want you to know that I was going to bring up the Lehigh and Yale game, but due to restrictions, making a bet on our private profitable.tv, I cannot ask you about the Lehigh-Yale game. Hey, Scott, tell me a little bit about Boston College versus Pittsburgh. It's a 6.5-point spread. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I just think this is a tough game to bet on based on, I just think they both stink. So 6.5 is a lot of points if you ask me. If I had to, gun to head, I'm going Pitt at home.
I agree with you on that. I've got Pitt. AI agrees with you. North Carolina against Clemson, Scott. North Carolina's getting 14.5 points. That may be too much.
Yeah, listen, the thing is Clemson sucks massive, like Polish sausage dick. And they have, started 1-3. Dabo's talking out of the side of his mouth how great he is as a coach. Not anymore. They blow. And I don't think that North Carolina's that good either. But 2 touchdowns in Chapel Hill, I think the game will be closer than 14.
I'm with you. And by the way, so is AI. We are 2 for 2 where everybody's having a party. We are skipping Yale, Lehigh. I'm going to throw it out there because you and I love the armed services. We have Air Force against Navy, Scott. It's a 14-point spread with Air Force getting 2 tutties.
So they lost to Hawaii in Colorado Springs last week. I think Navy in Annapolis beats their ass. I'm pretty sure. I want to double check that that's not. It is in Annapolis at Memorial Stadium. Sometimes they play games at the Link in Philadelphia, but this one's in Annapolis. I like Navy big. Navy's 4-0. I know these, when they get these schools together, Army, Navy, Air Force,
Yep.
and Navy, when the military schools play together, the games are usually good. That number's a little scary, but Navy, let's face facts. I just want to show you real quick.
Yeah, 4-0, good team.
They beat Rice. They beat Tulsa's ass. They beat UAB's ass, and they blew out VMI. So if you ask me, they've played decent teams, but that's what Air Force is anyway, so they should beat them and cover.
I'm with you. Michigan against Wisconsin. Michigan at 3-1. Wisconsin 2-2. Scotty, Whiskey is getting 17.5.
I think it's too many points. I think it'll be a good game, a Big Ten game. I think it'll be violent. This game's going to be played up front in the trenches. I think that Michigan's running game is very impressive. And I think their quarterback, Underwood, is impressive running the ball, but passing the ball, he sucks. I don't like watching him pass the ball. I think he's a mess throwing it. Running it is the way Michigan will win this game, but I don't think they cover that big number.
So I'm with you completely. Scott, I've got this. We are looking at a 2-score game. We've got 3.5-point margin there to play with. So I'm in complete agreement with you. Illinois, Scott, at 4-1 against Purdue, 2-2. It's a 9-point spread.
So this is dangerous, but I think Illinois is capable. The thing is, I think there's a letdown after beating USC in Champaign and going to West Lafayette at Ross-Ade. It's 8.5. I don't know if you can get it at 8. Illinois should beat Purdue by 10. I think, but it is a letdown game. To me, it's like playing a game where you just got laid by one of the hot USC cheerleaders because she stayed overnight and caught the next flight in the morning.
Yeah.
And you had great sex, and then she leaves, and you end up back with your fat girlfriend.
Yeah, that is so insightful, Scotty. I'm with you on the fat girlfriend thing. The rest of it, I wouldn't touch the game. Baylor against Kansas State. Baylor is 3-2. Kansas State is 2-3.
I plead the fifth due to ongoing, pay pick power here. This is one of the plays today on the docket. Yes. And by the way, I will tell you, we have added an extra play today. Usually it's 5. Mickey gets very sensitive when there's more than 5 plays. But because there's baseball divisional series, we've added a couple of baseball plays with our college football plays. So there will be an extra, let's say I'll throw it in as an extra profit play.
A taste. I'm going to tell you right now, wink, wink, I'll talk to you offline, which we've already discussed, but I have a definitive winner in that game, and AI loves it. Scotty, Cincinnati, 3-1 against an undefeated Iowa State team. It's just about pick 'em right now. It looks like Cincinnati is giving a point on Caesars, but that's been moving.
Again, Your Honor, I plead the fifth.
I have a definitive on that one, too. We'll talk about it. San Diego against Marist. Does anybody care? I don't even think you care. Nobody cares. Georgia versus Kentucky. Georgia's 3-1. Kentucky 2-2. Scott, it's about a 20.5-point. Let's call it 3 tutties on the spread, just about.
So, listen, I think it's an over 48 and a hook in Athens.
I like that.
I think they're going to take out their frustrations on Kentucky after Alabama did them rectally last week in Athens at Sanford Stadium. They cannot beat Alabama, but they always beat Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree completely. I'm going to swing down, Scott. I'll get you the times on this now. We're going to head down to Wake Forest. It's 1 p.m., Scott. 1 p.m. Wake Forest, 2-2. Virginia Tech, 2-3. It's a 5.5-point spread. VT is giving 5.5.
Once again, Your Honor, I apologize. Plead the fifth.
Oh my God! Yeah, you need a full-time attorney for this shit.
I have
All
a
right.
full-time attorney.
You do?
Yeah. You know I need him.
I know, and I bet he's some wayward Jew. Let's move down.
That's
We've
what you
got,
are, wayward Jew. You're always on the move. You're always in some other city. You're always, you're like a vagabond.
Wayward Jew.
You're a vagabond Jew.
Yeah, no, I get it. And that's the thing. I'm spreading the love of Judaism. As you see the Middle East right now, Scott, there's such a feeling of harmony and peace and love. So I want to spread that throughout America.
Did you have a nice yam? Because, I saw people walking around my neighborhood in Hell's Kitchen, and I would say, happy yam. I don't think you're supposed to say happy yam, because they all look at me like I have boogers on my face.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not. So this is how I broke my fast. Sundown hit. It was 6 o'clock, and at 6:01, I had a Philly cheesesteak. It was really, really good. So I made it like a minute with the fast, and during that minute, I was able to forgive myself for all my sins for the whole year. I'm good to go.
Hey, by the way, it's Chop's birthday today. My daughter turns 18. She no longer has to listen to me.
Oh, well, she never did. Excuse me, Scott, while I swallow some semen.
At the crib. In the city tonight, and there's going to be like 100 kids at my house, drinking and vomiting.
Yeah, that's great. By the way, when kids vomit at your house, who does the cleanup? Do you make the kids do it?
Yes.
Or does your wife do it, or do you do it?
Yes. Unless and Cujo, sometimes if he's near it, he'll lick it up.
Oh, good. Good. That's always a pleasant. That one was real. Oh my God. Scott. That's fucking disgusting,
have you ever
bro.
had the hurl go in your mouth and then bring it back down like
Scott, I have a
done it
gag reflex.
And then you have bad breath for like 4 or 5 hours. Like in the movies when there's constantly movie scenes where people yak and then they just go about their business with the bad breath, moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep doing their thing with the bad breath, because there's nothing worse than vomit breath.
There is vomit breath from a fat chick. It's terrible. All right, Scotty, where the fuck were we? Notre Dame. We've got Notre Dame at Boise State. 21.5. I'm scratching my head on this. I think that's too much.
The game's in South Bend. I'm certain of it. It is in South Bend. The game's on NBC at 3:30 in South Bend at Notre Dame Stadium. I got to tell you now, I think 3 touchdowns is too much for my blood. I say Boise gives them a game.
I agree with you. I think it's too much. Scott, I've got that at a 17-point game. I've got 4.5 points to run with on Bet Rivers. All right, Penn State versus UCLA. UCLA is 0-4. You suck! Penn State against UCLA, it's 25 points.
I think that game is at the Rose Bowl. It is. In Pasadena. And, I got to be honest with you. I think Penn State beats the shit out of UCLA today.
I do too. As simple as that. There's just not much to discuss there.
UCLA's awful. Although I will say, I want to have sex with all their cheerleaders.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, you should bring Cujo along in case they drink too much after you fuck them. Then Cujo can eat their lunch. Hey, Scott, we've got Louisville 4-0 against Virginia 4-1. 6.5 points.
Look, this is a great game. And
I agree.
The thing is, it's at Cardinal Stadium at Louisville. So I think that they do have an edge. Virginia, they played great against Florida State, but that was at Scott Stadium in Charlottesville. This is a different ball game altogether. I think Louisville wins the game by a tutty.
Yeah, it's really tight. I don't touch the game. AI is in love with Virginia.
Over 60 and a hook.
Yeah, that's dangerous, dude. I've got the game at 61.5. I can't help you. Oregon State, excellent Oregon State Scott, they're 0-5, but they're playing some really good ball against Appalachian State.
Appalachian.
It's 1.5 points. Appalachian. It's Appalachian.
It's Appalachian.
You're saying it's Appalachian? Hey, Siri, how do you pronounce Appalachian? Here it comes.
Trust me. It's Appalachian.
Okay. All right. If you say so.
Trust me, I'm right. And look, I think
right.
Appalachian State will beat Oregon State's ass today in North Carolina at home.
Got it. All right. Alabama at 3-1 against Vandy, 5-0. 11.5 points, Scott.
Okay, now this is like the game of the day, the stones on this guy. I'm going to take this quarterback of theirs, Povio, whatever his name is. I like he wins at big games, and he covers, and he's like the upset king. He beat him last year. I'll take the points in Vandy at Tuscaloosa.
I gotta tell everybody who's listening right now, circle that. It's going to be a 1-touchdown game. Vandy, you got room. You got almost 5 points to play with. I love that pick. SMU against Syracuse. It's an 18-point spread. I don't know. I probably don't touch it.
Look, I like the over again in this game. I think that Syracuse and SMU are going to score a lot of points in the nice weather in Dallas. And it's going to be 90 degrees and lit at that game. I kind of like SMU to cover. I think Syracuse will go down there, speaking of vomit, and they'll do it all over themselves.
Yeah, I just don't know that SMU is good enough to get out in front by 18. I don't touch the game.
I'd rather touch the over.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's move down, Scott. I'm going to move you along a little bit because we got to get to pro football. Scotty, 3:30 p.m., Washington against Maryland. 6-point spread. Maryland +6.
Yeah, I watched Washington last week and all their hype, and they played like the biggest sack of pussies I've ever seen in my life against Ohio State at Husky Stadium in Seattle. That was downright fucking embarrassing.
Terrible.
I said, hey, go to Maryland and lose outright. Take the 5.5 with the Terps at home in,
wow.
At College Park.
I like that little money line risk. Well done. Florida 1-3, Texas 3-1. It's 5.5-point spread.
Yeah, I mean this game, right? What time is that game at?
It's at 3:30, Scott.
Okay, so I like Texas at Florida in the swamp in Gainesville to win that game by a touchdown or more.
They're going to win it by 10. I got it double digits, Scotty. You and I can circle that one and put it in the bank.
All right.
We're getting near the moving time now. Nebraska 3-1, Michigan State 3-1. It is a 12-point spread.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great game at Memorial in Lincoln. And believe it or not, I'll take Michigan State in the 12 and a hook.
Wow. Okay, I don't touch the game, but I like your balls there. All right, we're moving along here. I'm going to take you to Miami, your fave, against Florida State. I mean, this is an exciting game, bro. 4.5-point spread.
Your Honor, as typically, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to plead the fifth.
Good God. All right, I have a very strong feeling of which way you're going, and I agree. Onward. We're heading into the evening, Scotty, 7:30 p.m.
Go on that game, to be honest with you.
Say that again?
I said, I don't think you know what way I'm going to go. You think because I have nothing to say. You think whatever you think. And then when this show's done, I'm going to tell you what I did in this game. And then we'll see where we go from there. I'm not going to say anything else because I'm going to criminalize myself. I mean,
well, you can't.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Incriminate, not criminalize.
Yeah,
but
that's like Appalachian.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of pronunciations going on pretty well today. We sound like two fucking idiots. Ohio State against Minnesota, 4-0 versus 3-1. It is 23.5 points.
Okay, it's homecoming in Columbus at the Shoe, and they're going to win by 40.
I don't disagree. That is going to be a fucking bloodbath. Texas A&M at Mississippi State, 4-0 against 4-1, 16.5 points.
I mean, A&M's going to win the game. I like the over, and I like Mississippi State and 16.5 points.
One of my best bets of the day, Scott, circle it. Mississippi State, circle it. Going to actually pop that into the notes right now, brother. All right. Memphis 5-0 against Tulsa. 21 points, 3 tutties.
I mean, listen, it screams of Memphis at 5-0 that they're going to kick Tulsa's ass. They're laying 3 touchdowns. I'm not laying 3 touchdowns in anything. I really not.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I honestly, I like the over here, over 54.5. And I got to be honest. God, they are
I love the over.
Better than Tulsa. They might actually do it and win by 24. They might.
I'd rather take the over.
What are the
It's too scary.
telling us?
The engines are telling us that Tulsa's probably going to keep this. It's too close to call. That the engine our primary engine loves the over. So good for you.
Okay, I like the over. I said it.
Yeah. All right. We got Duke at 3-2 against California, 4-1. Spread is 3.5. Cal is getting 3.5.
I just think Duke will go out to Berkeley and lose.
It's fair enough. So you think money line? You don't even have to worry about
money
the fucking
line
spread.
2.5. You're getting at home in Berkeley late night. That's just a tough trip for anybody. Whoever goes there has problems. Remember, Miami went there last year and they were down 35. They won the game. It was a miracle, but they had their problems. When you go there and you play late at night in Berkeley, in the woods, with all those smart students and everything smoking really expensive weed, you have problems.
I agree. Hey, listen, since you and I have now spent an inordinate amount of time on college, let's go pro. I'm going to wing you down here, buddy.
There's a game in London in the morning at 9:30 Eastern.
Who do you like?
I like
Minnesota, Cleveland.
Minnesota to beat the rookie Gabriel and the Browns. I like the Vikings, even if George Wentz is playing quarterback. Your boy Carson Wentz, he sucks. The Steelers beat his ass. They did come back, but the Steelers beat him. I like the Vikings. They've been there. They were there in Dublin. They stayed there, went to London, and then Cleveland had to go over there and adjust. I think the Vikings have already been adjusted, and I think they drank a lot of pints of Guinness, and then they went over and started drinking pints of Harp, and now they're going to beat the Browns' ass.
Take the Vikings to the bank. I love that play. Okay, you've got an extraordinary Dallas team at 1-2-1 against the New York Jets 0-4. First off, I would say I'd like to take a dull blade and run it through my wrist before I watch this game, but it's a 1.5-point spread.
The Jets have never started 0-5 in their history. I think they'll upset the Cowboys tomorrow at Snoopy.
I'm not going near the game. By the way, the only thing I even remotely like is the under, but I don't even love that. All right, Philadelphia 4-0 against Denver 2-2. Interesting game, 4.5-point spread.
Philadelphia at home at the Link, forget about it. I think Denver looked really good the other night on Monday night, and I hit the game easily over Cincinnati. But this is a different beast altogether. I don't think they can stop the Eagles.
All right, interesting game at 1 o'clock. Houston 1-3, Baltimore 1-3. There's a lot at stake for Baltimore in this one. 1-point spread.
Cooper Rush is starting at quarterback for the Ravens. He was the Cowboys' backup all those years in Dallas because Lamar's out. And I just think believe it or not, I think the Ravens will win the game. They're getting points at home in the Charm City. I think Cooper Rush knows what he's doing. And I think the Texans, big deal. They won against Carolina, whatever. They scored 27 points. They looked terrible in the first half. They're 1-3. They're on the road. I'm still sticking with the Ravens, even though as a Steeler fan, I hope the Ravens lose again and go to 1-4.
I agree 100%. I'm on the Ravens. New York Giants against New Orleans, 1-3, 0-4. Two painfully shitty teams. 1.5-point spread.
Not with Dart playing. I like the Giants to win their second straight game and I think their defense will be too much for Spencer Rattler. The Saints are favored in a football game. My ass. Give me the
My ass.
team on Big Blue.
Yeah, I actually like that pick a lot, Scotty. Las Vegas, Indianapolis. It's a 7-point spread.
I think the Colts will beat the Raiders by 10 or more.
Agreed. And I say no more. I love the fucking Colts in that game. Good call. Carolina, Miami, both 1-3. Miami's given a point, Scott.
Yeah, I got to say it. I think they'll win in Carolina, in Charlotte, the Dolphins.
I agree, and I'm going to give you 3 extra points on that, okay? Actually, I'll give you 4 extra points on that on average across our engines. Miami is the play there. Right. Circle it. Tampa Bay versus Seattle. We're going to go to 4 o'clock Eastern, Scott. Tampa Bay is 3-1. Seattle is 3-1. You've hit it on the head. You've been all over Seattle. You know I like Tampa Bay because I love Baker Mayfield, but this is a 4-point game.
Okay, here's the deal. The Seahawks have 3 defensive starters out for this game. That's a problem. I hate that number at 3 and a hook, but I still think Seattle at Lumen Field in the Pacific Northwest handles Tampa. Long trip, brutal trip. You fly from Tampa to Seattle to play at 4 o'clock against this Seahawk team. The thing is with the Seahawks, their special teams and their offense, their passing game with Darnold, and Jigba and company and their tight ends, their offense is legit. This is a good football team. I think they'll steal the NFC West, even though everybody thinks it's the Niners and the Rams. I'm looking out for Seattle here. I think they beat Tampa.
So I don't touch the game, but I do touch the over, Scott. Next up, we've got Tennessee and Arizona. We've got an 8.5-point spread on FanDuel. Arizona's 2-2. Tennessee 0-4.
I hate that number, but they are 8 to 10 points better than Tennessee. I saw a prop like will Ward throw a touchdown pass? It's over a half. If he can throw 1 touchdown pass, like if he can't throw a touchdown pass, they're not covering against Arizona in the toaster in Glendale.
Yeah, once again, I probably don't touch this game, but I 1,000% agree with you. And I will not bet on Tennessee this entire season. They're that bad.
That number of 41.5, like really? Like, listen, they're going to score more than that. It's the NFL.
Yeah, I'm with you. Washington's 2-2. Chargers are 3-1. Chargers came off from a nice little bitch slapping from the Giants. It's a 3-point spread, Scott.
I know Daniels is playing. I don't care. Orange Sherbert is my guy. Harbaugh, Chargers at home. Win outright and cover.
Interesting. Win outright. Sweet. All right. I don't touch that game. I don't touch the over. Detroit versus Cincinnati. Jesus, Cincinnati is hurting, bro. This is a 10-point spread. It could be 15. Jesus Christ, Cincinnati's bad.
Well, look, this screams of Detroit. That's why I probably would be interested in the 10.5 points in the Queen City. Browning and the Bengals finally show up for a football game and cover at the very least. Very dangerous. But another thing. Over 49.5. There's no stopping the Lions.
Got it. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. And I think that's why, just so you know, that's why that spread, I think is going to go nuclear. I can see it being literally a 17-point game. New England versus Buffalo. Buffalo is 4-0. New England is 2-2. So they have the second coming.
So it's the Sunday night game. I want no part.
Yes, sir.
I really don't want 8.5. I don't want to lay 8.5. In any NFL game. This is a division game. Yep. Vrabel's team is showing up for games, right? They're showing up. They're tougher than you think. May's tough. They're they were down 14 to the Steelers. They lost 21-14. They won last week big. They blew out Carolina. It should be Bills. It should be Bills. But I think. God, right now, I don't even know, but I'm willing to look at, because it's Saturday, I'm willing to look at New England at 8.5. Did I not, just at the start of this, say the Niners getting 8.5 in that game against the Rams? I should have done it. Instead, I went with the under, and the game should have stayed under when the Rams fumbled inside at the end of the
Right.
game. Should have stayed under. I don't know how the fuck it went to overtime. And then with no time left, kick a field goal to go to overtime, and then it ends up going over. But I should have gone with the 8.5, like I should go with the 8.5 with the Pats in this game. And remember this. The Bills have not looked good the last couple of weeks. They fucked around and didn't cover against the shitty Saints.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Just so you know, I actually do know we're fucking around with the under. Scott, I like the under a lot in this game. I have it right now. AI averaging at about 44.5, 45 points. That's a lot of wiggle for you and I. So
Monday
just
night,
throwing that
the
out there.
Jags host the Chiefs on Monday Night Football in Duval County, and the Jags are getting 3.5. They're 3-1. I think they've been the surprise team. What they did to the Niners, I got burned on that game. I think that game is live with them Monday night down in Jax, that they can take those, at the very least, the 3.5. Do you think they can hang with Mahomes?
They win the game, in my opinion.
Jags win.
Yeah.
Wow, I like hearing that. Let me ask you this question. How excited are you about the Pharrell and the Prophet podcast now being on SiriusXM app?
Go, baby. You want to know how excited? Right now, I put my hands up, but I want you to know, take a close look. They have penis on them, penis oil, because this whole time I've just been, because I know this is going on. So for everybody on Sirius, just know this. I have grabbed my cock this entire show. I'm so excited.
They probably have cameras in your hotel suite, in your, you got a big suite and everything in Chicago, and they've been filming you jacking your wad.
Cock cam. I
Now
wonder
listen,
if they have that.
I want people to know how to do it. All right, couple things. One,
Go ahead.
On the SiriusXM app, just search Pharrell, F-E-R-A-L-L. Search Pharrell, and you'll see Pharrell and the Prophet Show. Secondly, if you have a subscription to Sirius in your car or in your home, then you have the right to get the app for nothing. Just download the SiriusXM app, do a login, with like your username and
free
password, and then you will have the app. Let me tell you about the app. It's got over 300 shows on it. It's badass. It's got every music you can fathom. It's got every channel that's on the radio, plus hundreds of extra channels that aren't on the radio, like workout channels, heavy metal channels, like pop channels. It's got the new Maximum Metallica channel. It's got every Pearl Jam. It's got the Grateful Dead. It's got everything. It's got Turbo Workout. It's different than the Turbo channel. It's got Ozzy's Boneyard. It's got everything. Octane. It's got the greatest selection of music channels you've ever seen in your fucking life. It's got all the sports. It's got the Pharrell and the Prophet podcast. It's got everything. We couldn't be in a better place than the SiriusXM app. Download the app today and search Pharrell to get our podcast. We're there. All episodes now will air on SiriusXM app, and that gives me full 18-wheeler chub. Full.
Yeah. So join us. And by the way, Scotty and I will be starting an OnlyFans show for those who want to see our cock cam. Scott, I got to go.